Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey, what's going on? This is Krystal Taylor, the owner of Fitness is Not a Game, and you are here on the last Fitness Friday of 2023. Y'all, this year is over. It's gone. It's gone. We got a couple more days, but it's really gone, which means it's time for us to start planning for 2024. And with that, we know people have resolutions and all that stuff. So today, I'm going to give you 5 ways to help you not become a statistic when it comes to these resolutions. And if you're here with me now, say, hey, let me know that you're here. If you're watching on replay, like most of you will, type replay in the chat. But most importantly, tag your people, let them know I'm live because somebody else needs to hear this too, and share it out with your people too. Because what's the statistic that we're talking about? And I believe I mentioned it last week on our Fitness Friday. Oh, and cheers, drink up. But for anyone who missed it, there are 2 statistics that I'm going to start with, and then I'm going to give you 5 ways to help you not become those statistics. All right. So, and y'all could take a guess, drop it in the chat. What percentage of people do you think reach their resolutions throughout the year? Let me know in the chat. Just drop a number because I'm curious to see what y'all think. And while y'all are coming with that number, I'm going to tell y'all it's only 9%. That's it. That's all. 9% of people complete their resolutions for the year. And I want y'all to let me know this. Let me know if you've ever been in that 9%. You started the year with intentions. I want to change that word from resolutions to intentions, right? You started the year with intentions and you actually achieved what you set out to achieve in the beginning of the year. Let me know if you've ever been in that 9%. Now, this other stat, you ask, what? You said, Krystal, what's the other stat? Drop in the chat what percentage of people just totally disregard and give up on their New Year's resolutions by February. Drop a number in the chat. Take a good guess. You got 3, 2, 1. All right. Answer is 80%. Y'all, 80% of people who set their resolutions don't make it a whole month. That's not even 10% of the year. Come on now. Come on now. Excuse me. But why is that? There are a number of reasons why. Whether it's your goals, resolutions, intentions, whatever you want to call them, right. They can be unrealistic. Sometimes you set these intentions without having real plans to get there. So you just sort of run out into the forest aimlessly and then finally decide to sit down, right? There are a lot of different things. But let's talk about 5 different ways to help you not become those statistics so that you can continue with your goals and your intentions to May, June, October, November, December, right? So you're not giving up by February and you become a 9%er. All right. First up, and somebody write a 1 in the chat if you want this first. The first thing you have to do when it comes, and we are talking, let me be clear, we are talking specifically about health, fitness, weight loss, all of that good stuff. We're not talking about money, relationships. We're not doing that right now. That's somebody else's live. We gonna talk about how you can reach these health and fitness goals. Okay. The first thing I want you to do, find something you actually like. Sounds simple. You're like, Krystal, that's easy enough. But I want y'all to think about how many times you started something because you saw other folks were killing it, getting killer results, and you didn't like it. Whether that's a new class at the gym, whether that's a new diet trend, things you ain't like. You up there talking about you gonna do a low carb, no carb diet where your first word was French fry. Cut it out. You don't like that? When you don't like it, you ain't gonna stick with it. You tell yourself, I'm gonna run a marathon by this year, but you don't like running. Let's be clear. There are way too many things out there for you to do than for you to stick with just, well, try or force yourself. That's it. Force yourself to stick with something that you don't like just because you saw it got results for somebody else. You know why they got results? Because they probably liked it. They enjoyed what they were doing, so they stayed with it. When you enjoy what you're doing, you're more likely to stick to it. Like, what's real big now? Pickleball. I was just talking to my line sister. Her daddy was going to play pickleball. One of my clients plays pickleball. If you have fun, do that. It keeps you active. If you like skating, do that. If you like jumping rope, do that. If you like running, do that. If you like lifting weights, do that. If you like Zumba, do that. But don't do all this other stuff. I know people who have zero rhythm. Zero. So a dance class might not be their best option for getting in shape, right? Now, when it comes to food, let's be clear. We like food. We love food. But with that, I'm not going to sit there and say, eat what you like, girl. That's why we where we at now, right? Just saying. But what I will say is to find a system and or program that works for you to have that balance. Hey, Miss Venus. How do you create that lifestyle to still be able to incorporate those things that you enjoy? Because when you restrict all the things that you enjoy, you go ham by the time you get it. Like my birthday was the other day. What's my favorite dessert? My baby boy gets me cheesecake every year for my birthday. As a matter of fact, I'm about to go get me a forkful of it when we get done in here. But you heard me say a forkful of it. That don't mean I gotta sit down and eat because he bought me 3 slices from the Cheesecake Factory for y'all who acting like y'all too good for it. He bought me 3 slices. They're too rich for me to sit there and eat all of them. Either any one slice at a time. So I will get me a forkful. I enjoy that I can have my sweets when I feel like it without saying I can't have it. Let me know if that makes sense. All right. That was number 1. And if y'all ready for number 2, type of 2 in the chat. Now, well, I would say this list of 5. And I honestly could do a list of 25. But these are some of my favorites, right? Number 2, and get your fingers ready and type this. I need you to prioritize consistency over intensity. I'm going to say that again. I need you to prioritize consistency over intensity. What does that mean? That means that this ain't the time for you to just go to the gym and now you doing all this hard stuff and you're expecting to get these immediate results because you just did something crazy and intense. Oh, that was such a killer workout. I gotta be skinny now, right? No, it don't work like that. Just like eating a salad does not make you skinny. And when you throw yourself into these intense workouts, intense programs, intense routines, especially when you haven't been as active previously, you are running the risk of injuring yourself, which means you can't do none of it, which means a whole bunch can happen, right? It can mess with your psyche, it could cause you to be depressed, you're not exercising, so now you're gaining more weight, now you're even more frustrated. So instead of saying, what's the hardest thing? Because a lot of folks run, let's be clear, y'all be running to these hard workouts because you think it's going to get you quick results. I don't like it, but I'm trying to be skinny by Valentine's Day. Come on now. Come on. Let's think about this more realistically and more pragmatically, right? When you're consistent, it adds up. We got to get out of this mindset of wanting everything right now. It ain't gonna happen right now. And if it happened right now, how you gonna maintain that? That's why working with consistency, where you're gradually getting better, gradually getting stronger, and building those habits, routines, that lifestyle, you are more likely to maintain that. Folks who are dropping weight like that real quick because of whatever reason, they typically regain it back, because a lot of times that drastic weight loss comes from something unhealthy. Because when you are making lifestyle shifts, it happens consistently. It's gradual. And since we talking numbers, 80% of people who lose 10% of their weight or more come back to gain it back plus more. Don't be that statistic either. And that's typically because they said, I'm going hard. So now they're at the gym for 4 hours a day. Now they only eating salads and replacement shakes and all this stuff, won't eat no real food. And yeah, they got them results. They look real good for like 2-3 weeks. Because then they get comfortable and start gradually going back to doing what they had done before. And don't realize their weight back there like, pss, pss, and just gradually creeping on, attaching itself on the hip, attaching itself on your arm. And the next thing you know, you like the little girl. I lost a total of 3 pounds. I lost 24, but I regained 21. Don't do that. Hey, Miss Courtney, you got to be consistent. Like I'll tell you, I don't know if any of you have seen my pictures. I did a figure competition in 2014. 2014, I had a coach. Coaches get coaches too. Everybody need a little help. And my routine was crazy. But I was about to get on the stage in my underwears. So, and it was just for a small amount of time, right? But I had to weigh myself every day. I'm so glad, Miss Courtney. I had to weigh myself every day. And on day 2, I had only lost 0.4 pounds. And I was concerned, like, that's it. Because like a lot of folks, I'm like, I was killing it yesterday in the gym. And I only ate this many calories. But guess what? The next day, 0.8, the next day, 1.2, it gradually adds up. It adds up, ladies and gentlemen. If you were consistently, let me pull out my calculator. I'm going to say if I was, because I eventually lost, I forgot how much I lost, 20 something, I can't remember. But 0.4 pounds a day. If you just did that for a month, that's 12 pounds. But even then, let's take it back some. Y'all, let's be clear. If you lost 1 pound a week, that is 4 pounds a month. You stick to that for a year, that is almost 50 pounds. How many of y'all want to lose 50 pounds? And or less, or roundabout? You mean to tell me you wouldn't give yourself a year of learning and being consistent so that you can maintain that weight loss, so that next year and 2 years later, you're not making yet another weight loss resolution? We got to be consistent and know that it will happen. And with it, the consistency is in your actions. Consistently drinking your water, consistently being mindful of how and what you eat, consistently getting some sleep, consistently doing your workouts. None of this stuff is perfection. This is having a plan and sticking to it. It may not be a good day or a good week for it, but guess what? You got tomorrow and you got the next week. Get back on the horse. That's consistency. Let me know if any of this is making sense before we move on to number 3. Try not to get out here on my high horse preaching and all that stuff today. I tried. But I keep telling y'all, it's the end of the year, and we are too old to keep playing around and ducking and dodging the truth and keep claiming and wishing and hoping that we look and feel better without making changes. So apologies. Number 3, if y'all ready for number 3, type of 3 in the chat. This is big for me. I say this very frequently. So yeah, I'm gonna say it again today, and no, it ain't water. And nobody like, I knew she was coming with the water. Nope, we ain't even gonna talk about that. What I want you to do is celebrate all of your wins. There's no such thing as a small win, a mini win, a micro win, a midget win. None of that. It's a win. All the things, like I said, that 0.4 pounds, celebrate that. You got that extra hour of sleep, celebrate that. You were able to walk for an extra minute on the treadmill, celebrate that. Whatever it is, celebrate it. Because the more we celebrate, the more likely we are to stick with that too. If you're constantly telling yourself, oh, I can't do it, constantly looking at the negatives, what you didn't do, didn't make this snap, of course, you eventually beat yourself up so badly mentally that you lose motivation. And it adds stress, which inhibits weight loss. Right? But instead, if you're like, no, I mean, give yourself credit. This is what I did today. You know what I did? Instead of going out and buying lunch, I ate the lunch I brought. Look at me. Somebody like, well, it's just, take that just word out your vocabulary. Celebrate it all the things. Because the more you celebrate, I guarantee you, the happier you're going to be, the more energy you're going to have, and the more you're going to want to try and do, and the quicker you're going to get to those goals. And just to give you a little more, if I can go a little deeper on that, you know how you get more wins? You create more goals. How do you do that? And you're like, but my goal is to lose 50 pounds. Guess what? That's one big goal, 50 pounds in 12 months. What if we break that down by month? Remember, just a little bit over 4 pounds. So that means you would have 12 months, 12 times to celebrate. But what if you break that down even more and say, you know what? I'm just going to focus on the week. If I focus on the week, remember I said we just started with 1 pound a week. Okay. So that means that now I got 52 weeks that I could possibly celebrate. And let's break this math down even more. Let's just say we do 1 pound for that week. That means you only need 0.14 pounds to lose daily. And somebody in their head thinking like, that's it, 0.14. When's the last time you lost 0.14? Hey, come on now. If you tell yourself, that's all I got to focus on, I want somebody to type that in the chat, 0.14. If you lose that every day, that is 50 pounds in a year. That is such a small goal, but it turns into a huge win. Who needed to hear this? Let me know. And it's 0.14. I'm sorry, not 0.4, 0.14. You lose 0.14 pounds a day. That's it. If you're consistent, that can add up. Just saying. That was good. Because that's such a small number. That's such a small number. You can do that. Just imagine how much your life would change if you just focus on that small number, not the 50. Right, bars. But even then, what I tell you about consistency, it's about the habits and the behaviors, not that number. Ask yourself, well, what do I need to do to lose 0.14 pounds? If I just made sure I got my 30 minutes of exercise in a day, if I made sure I drank more water, how about I remove one of those cups of coffee with all that cream and sugar, then replace that with water? What if I make sure I have vegetables at every meal? What if I stop frying my foods and air fry them? What if I just use smaller plates? Those are the things I want you to focus on. All right. Y'all ready for number 4? Type a 4 in the chat. It's the end of the year. My last time talking to y'all this year. So y'all about to get this. Number 4. I want y'all to go back and think about all the things you've tried. If you can't tell, I'm a numbers chick. I love numbers. Numbers don't lie. They are what they are. Now, statistics can be skewed, right? But another number, excuse me, because we've been talking about 80, talking about 9. Now we at 0.14. Another number I want you to remember is 55. That's the average number of diets the American adult would try in their lifetime. 55. One person. Don't try that in their lifetime. So with that, and numbers give you data, right? So when you think back on those 55 attempts, and I'm going to say something with this, they are not 55 failures. They are attempts. So give yourself credit for that. Remember I said we're going to celebrate all the things. You started. You tried. But number 4, what I want you to do is to learn from those. We've always told our children, you either win or you learn. When they would come in from a chess match and they didn't win, all right, cool, what'd you learn from it? They came in from a spelling bee or a math competition. All right, what did you learn from it if they didn't win? So for those attempts that you made, you got data. And say, okay, this is my homework to y'all. I want you to, and you ain't got to have all the things you've done, right? But I want you to get some pen and paper or do it on your phone like folks do it now. But I do want you to take some time and think about the things you've tried and then do the pros and cons of each, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, what you did like, what you didn't like. And with all those things that you don't like, try not to do that stuff no more. Look, I keep telling y'all, there's way too much out here for us to do anything that we don't like. Point blank in the period. There are way too many foods out there that you can eat that will perfectly align with your goals. There are way too many ways to move your body to get that blood flow going that would still align with your goals, right? But those things that you like, that did work well for you, you like that it was structured. You like that it was just ready made for you. You like that it was only 30 minutes. You like that no equipment was needed. You like that you could do it anywhere. You like that it was simple. Whatever the case may be, try to find a way to put those things together. Those are the habits that I want you to focus on. Those things. Now, this is the thing also. With that, I need you to learn from those things you didn't like and how they set you back. Oh, you ain't like the restrictions on the food. So, oh my goodness, by the time you finally got some food you really like, you ate too much of it and then you just didn't stop. Learn from that. That lesson is I can't remove the things I like. I just got to figure out how to incorporate them. Right? Don't let that setback, AKA reason, turn into an excuse. It didn't work for you before. So, what do we learn from that to make sure that we're learning to move forward? All right. Let me know if that makes sense to anybody. Let me know who needed to hear that. And then type a 5 if you're ready for the last one. And then drink up. This is last one. It's been touched on, but I want to really talk about this. Number 5. Let me do a quick recap. Number 1, I told you find something that you enjoy. Because right now, if anybody's coming in, hey, I'm Krystal Taylor, the owner of Fitness is Not a Game. We're on our last Fitness Friday of the year. And I'm giving you 5 tips to help you not become a statistic. Because 80% of Americans admit to totally letting go of their resolutions by February. And only 9% achieve their resolutions throughout the year. So I don't want you to become one of those resolutions, one of those statistics. So I'm giving you 5 things that you can do to get you more to be in that statistic of being 9%, right? And not being at 80. So the first thing I want you to do is find something that you enjoy. Number 2, I want you to prioritize consistency over intensity. Stop trying to drive yourself crazy. It ain't going to get fixed in a week. Number 3, I want you to celebrate all your wins. Every single thing. Everything that you've done. Drinking water, sleeping, exercising, whatever. Celebrate it. Number 4, I want you to learn from your setbacks. They're not losses. They are lessons. All right? And number 5, I need you to be patient. Patient with the process and patient with yourself. As I said, it didn't happen. You did not gain all of the weight overnight. So you're not going to lose it overnight either. So I said, when you're consistent and what's the number? What's our magic number to lose 50 pounds in a year? Roughly 0.14. 0.14 pounds per day can get you to 50 pounds lost in a year. So I need you to be patient. Tell yourself, you know what? It's not going to happen overnight. But if I'm consistent, if I go back to number 2, right, then I'm going to get there. Trust the process and know that when you are consistent, you will get there. Now, will you have a plateau? You sure will. And I'm going to give y'all this bonus. When you do plateau, I'll give you 2 bonuses. When you hit that plateau, switch up something you're doing, whether it's what you're eating or your exercises or both. But number 2, I'm going to tell you, you got to understand they're part of the process. So what I don't want you to do when you hit that plateau, because again, you will. When you hit that plateau, instead of being frustrated that you're at that plateau, because remember I told you, you just need switch up your diet and switch up your exercise. It'll jumpstart that body. But what I also want you to do is to celebrate those wins that came before the plateau. Too often, all we do is focus on the plateau. I've been here for weeks. I was losing. Now I'm here. Go back and hear what you just said yourself. You were losing. Celebrate that. Okay? So trust that process, knowing that it's going to happen. But I said, I want you to have patience with yourself as well. Don't you kick yourself. Don't you beat yourself down. Because for a lot of us, it's a matter of reprogramming ourselves, reprogramming how we look at exercise, reprogramming how we eat. If you are 40, 50, 60 years old and you've been eating this way all your life, yeah, it's going to be different for you to change how you eat, how you even look at your food. Sorry, I keep hitting y'all. Got me mad. I'm not mad. I'm passionate, excited. But don't beat yourself up if it doesn't come naturally to you, if it doesn't work perfectly the first time. Be patient with yourself. Give yourself credit for trying, especially trying something new. Especially for my folks who are trying new exercises, new workouts. Give yourself some time. Give yourself a learning curve. And y'all know what else I'm going to say. For anybody who's been rocking with me for a minute, y'all know I got to add into it. I said patience today, but I'm also adding grace. Give yourself the grace that you would give your friend or your cousin, your sibling who called you down on themselves like you're down on yourself. What would you say to them? Girl, it was just a day. Girl, you remember when you did this snap? Hyping them back up. Do that for yourself as well. All right? So, I ain't going to hold y'all no longer. We've been here, a little over 30 minutes. That's why I try to keep y'all. But it is the end of the year. We're getting ready for 24. 24 is in a few days, like real talk, 3 days. So, I gave y'all 5 ways to not become a statistic. If you know you need some more help, let me know. How many of y'all when y'all been thinking about like, oh, I got to get rid of this belly. I hear that so much. Ooh, this belly. What can I do for this belly? If you want to get rid of that belly, then I need you to join the New Year No Belly 14-day challenge. The link is in the description. It is New Year www. Put that on there. www.newyearnobelly.com. 14 days. I'm gonna give you. I was about to get to singing, but I'm gonna give you what you need. 14 days of information, private conversations, a gang of resources. Goodness. Look, that belly, folks tired of that belly. When I tell you all you getting the challenge is $27, you get so much stuff. You getting a BMI calculator, you getting a 7-day meal plan, you getting a 5-week jumpstart kit, you're getting the exercise plan cards, you're getting the virtual exercise plan cards, you're getting waist beads to help measure your progress and to keep you accountable. I love my waist beads. I have on 6 of them now. I feel like it's something you get like $130 some worth of stuff, plus all the information to help you lose that belly fat. And if you're curious how people's results were, go check out the New Year No Belly page so you can see what folks were doing. They were losing a pound in a week, an inch a week, y'all. It's real deal. So it's crazy. I don't know. Saying goodbye is hard. And I know I'm gonna see y'all next year, which is next week. But still, I feel like it's the end of the year. I'm like, I can't let my babies go without making sure they ready. I'm like, you got your coat, you got your keys, you got your gloves. But I am going to let you go. I am going to wish you a very happy and healthy and safe new year. I hope to see all of you in the challenge, the New Year No Belly challenge. And I would say we start officially on the 2nd, but we're doing a kickoff on Monday. On January 1st, we're getting everybody in line to make sure that you're ready to hit the ground running on the 2nd. I would say this, register ASAP so that I can get your waist beads in the mail to you ASAP so you can have them for the challenge. Even if they come a few days later, it's still fine. You're still going to see the progress. But make sure that you don't sit on that to make sure that you can get your waist speed. So, and the cards. So, all right, y'all. I am going to let y'all go. Y'all have an amazing weekend. If you go out there in those streets, please be safe because I just want you healthy. I want you happy. I want you here. All right, y'all. Until next time, until next year, whether it's Fitness Friday and or in the belly, I'm sorry, New Year, no belly, 14-day challenge. Oh, Miss K Queen said, what's the biggest challenge leading people into a healthy life? The biggest challenge is how folks eat. They can do a workout, but we've been so programmed. The way our relationship with food is trash. And that's just the simplest way to say it. So it's rethinking how we look at food. Yeah. So, all right, y'all. And we do talk about that in the challenge. So, New Year, nobelly.com is how you sign up. We're starting on Tuesday with a kickoff on Monday. And I hope to see all y'all there. So, y'all be good. Talk to you later.